Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to apologize in advance right away for the wind. We got wind and rain today, but I couldn't wait to get out here and cut some wood and to share with you the ProSizer laser measuring device that I'm super excited to try. I know everybody says super excited on YouTube, and I don't know why, it just comes to you. But anyway, welcome to the channel. I'm Mike, your host, and a complete disclosure, I did reach out to my friend in Washington that makes the ProSizer and asked him if he'd be willing to send me one because I would really wanted to play with it, wanted to try it out. I've watched some other videos on it and I think it's super cool. If you're like me and just getting into wood cutting the last few years. I mean, I've done a little bit of it all my life, but you know, really getting crazy about trying to clear out an area like this. You're doing a lot of wood cutting, a lot of wood or firewood making, and having the right size and the same size on each of your pieces makes it a lot easier for a variety of reasons. Anyway, that's what today's video is about. If you watched my last video about how to get into this area from the road, you probably saw what I'm doing right now. It's a little tricky and a little precarious because the visibility is limited, but I am working on a better way to get in, but it's so wet, I'm needing to put a culvert in before I can even get the tractor back in here. So that's what's going on. I might try to take you through a little walk through here at some point. Maybe at the end of the video, because I know you want to get to it and check out this device. So hopefully the wind doesn't bother us too much and we'll get on it. Thanks for coming and stopping by. All right, so that was my first experience, and I could tell you it's pretty awesome being able just to mark that spot and go for it. I have been turning my chainsaw, taking a measurement with my measuring with my bar, and then cutting, and so you're constantly twisting back and forth. I like having this laser. Obviously, you can adjust this however you want. When I adjusted it back in the shop, I adjusted it so that it was set up for the front of my bar. And so that's where I'm gonna get the most accurate measurement with regard to 16 inches is what I'm shooting for. Obviously, you could adjust that and measure it from the middle of your bar or wherever, but I think once you know where your cut is, it doesn't really matter what the laser is doing after you get that mark. So pretty sweet, pretty awesome. I got the set with the green and the red lasers, and you just swap those out. The green laser goes for 5 hours on a single charge approximately, and I think the red said it went about 2.5 hours, and the unit will recharge with that USB cable in about 45 minutes. So haven't tested that part yet because I just got it and just started using it, but I think it's pretty awesome. Hopefully we got some good footage of it. And like I said, I'm just learning. This is my first experience. I kind of wanted to give you just the green version of me pulling it out of the box, putting it on the log, and I'll probably do some more fine tuning with it as I get used to it, but I'm definitely going to be using it. It's really cool. So let's get back to it. This is a tree that I took out of here. You can see that the trees are really tight in here for one thing, so they're not getting as much sun and nourishment and so on that they need. But additionally, you could see that this tree's kind of had an S curve in it, and so it's going to make great for firewood, probably not much for anything else. Let's get back to it. Okay guys, I was gonna try to make this one a short one, hopefully I will. But you get the idea with regard to the ProSizer. It's got my vote. I'm still learning on it. This is the first time I used it. I like it. I thought it'd I got the side-by-side loaded up with some wood. I usually would load it more than that, but going up the side of the bank to get on the road's a little precarious, so there's no sense getting too crazy. I was gonna give you a little tour of what I'm looking at here, and you can see a lot of these trees are very close together. And the idea behind it when I brought the Forestry Service guy out is to try to thin them out a little bit so that the ones that are here get a little healthier grab at the next 5 years or so. And also to take out any that are dead or not really marketable. So I have had an interesting time trying to get them, some of them down because they're so close together. I'm not a logger. I know I'm probably gonna get some slack or get some advice on having a sharper saw. And I should. I didn't sharpen it before I came out here today, which I should have. But anyway, let's take a little walk around. All right, so you can kind of see where I came in from the road there. And the reason I'm not driving up closer to the tree when I'm pulling it up is because it's kind of soft and squishy in here. But this is all property that I'm gonna be dealing with. If you can see the fence post out in the distance, let's say it's right over there. That's where the property line stops, and then it heads down the hill and goes all the way down to the creek. And we're actually gonna walk down there, and I'll show you the bluff that we're dealing with. So let's talk about a couple of trees I took out. This one is super close to these other trees, plus it's split into two real small trees. So I ended up taking that one out. This one here was dead. Did not have any greenery on it, so I took that one out. And then the one that we're cutting on is this stump over here. And I took that one out because of kind of the S-curve that it had in it. As we get down further this way towards the rock quarry and the bluff, there's a lot more cedar and other types of trees. You can see that I have been in here trying to clean it up. Back this out a little bit. So it's pretty brushy in here, obviously. Now we're kind of coming up towards the rock quarry and the drop off here. This is about a 40-foot drop down through here. I don't even know if that'll show up on camera, but I'm going to take you to a more open spot where you can see it. Should have taken the game trail. These are all cedars in here, obviously. So I have two dead cedars right here. Those are pretty good size. Now you can kind of see the rock quarry area. My neighbor's boneyard area. And then the rock and so on. And right over across the way, over there, that's the road, and that's where I'm gonna come in through that easement that I talked about on the last video. Had one of my friends out and he said it looked like this was actually a road that was cut where I'm gonna put my road in. He said it looked like there was a road cut there at one point. So anyway, that's the plan. You can see a lot of these, I wanna say these are cherry, some sort of cherry tree if I remember what the forestry guy said, and a lot of them are dead. So I may have to take some of those down eventually. All right, so if you made it this far, congratulations. I'm sure most did not. But anyway, old growth, several big, huge stumps in here from when it was logged years ago. And it was interesting walking through here with the forestry guy and kind of learning about what the different trees are and how old some of them are, and obviously the different characteristics of the trees. And he even pointed out some of these old growth logs and how, or excuse me, stumps, and how they used to cut them and how to tell different things about them. So I thought that was pretty cool. Hey, I appreciate you checking out the channel. I'll leave information about the ProSizer and how to get it and the contact information. I'm not getting any kickbacks, you know, for it, other than he did give me one to show you guys. So, and I certainly appreciate that. You will see it more because I'm going to be using it a lot. So thanks, take care of yourselves, and we'll talk to you soon.